there. I respect the logic there. That is a really good guess. And you know what? Any other election year, you would have been right. However, this actually took place in Georgia, which is now being reported to be a blue state. So,
Georgia.
Fortunately, you're wrong.
I want to recount, first of all, because I do not believe that Georgia is a red state. Or a blue state.
A month from now, we might have to go back and retract. We might have to give you the point.
Retroactive points coming in a month. All right, well, I guess this last story is just going to be gravy for you. Hopefully you don't run up the score on me.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Man can't find a fast food joint. Resorts to cooking chickens in hot springs.
Honestly, resourceful.
Yeah. And what is it with all the fast food stuff? I mean, I guess that's one thing that brings all of America together. It doesn't matter if you're in California eating Baja Fresh and Rubio's, or if you're in Atlanta eating some nice Chick-fil-A. Everybody has some fast food.
So you're saying this was in America. Got it.
Yeah. I guess I just named 2 blue states. I just can't get over Georgia not being red. That's bullshit.
I know.
Anyway, the context on this one is the guy's facing some steep fines after being caught cooking chickens in the hot springs of a national park. He was part of a group that had been hiking in the park when they were spotted carrying pots that looked a little suspicious to a passerby. I don't know what's so suspicious about a pot. Unless you
like you need to cook on a campfire. Like, how many pots did they have?
Maybe he thought there was, like, cannibalism going on. Anyway, though, he did alert the authorities, and when they responded, they found this guy cooking chickens in a thermal geyser. And he's now been banned from this park.
How do you even... I'm sorry, but, like, thermal geyser? Like, you can't get close to that thing.
Right?
Like, not even close.
It seems extremely dangerous.
Maybe that's why his pots looked so suspicious. Maybe they had, like, 10-foot handles.
Maybe they were melting.
Oh, my God. Right. Oh, my God. My first thought when I heard the headline was Arkansas, because Arkansas is famous for their hot springs. I could totally see someone just, saying, hey, there's no KFC, but I can go to the hot springs and cook up a chicken, I guess. I mean, that was my first thought. But then you said thermal geyser. And I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, did this happen in Yellowstone? Like, that's the only...
Was it Yogi Bear?
National park. Was it Yogi Bear?
No, he doesn't live in Yellowstone. He's in Jellystone.
Yeah, and he usually goes for the pre-made food. He goes for a picnic basket, not the raw ingredients.
Hey, boo-boo, I need you to go down there, grab some chickens, take them to a thermal geyser, and try to burn your ass. Oh my God, we're getting silly today. Yeah, you're right. It was at Yellowstone. Of course, Yellowstone spans across multiple states out west, and none of them are. You didn't guess yet, did you?
No, I didn't.
So I'm not gonna tell you. None of them are in Canada.
Damn it! I don't know which state it was in. Yellowstone is in multiple states. I know Wyoming, but I can't for the life of me think what color Wyoming is. Oh my God!
Not a hotly contested battleground state this year. Wyoming. Not enough electoral votes.
I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to like those states because they're not really like swing states.
Nobody lives there.
Right. Okay. This is going to be a total crapshoot. I guess it doesn't matter because I'm already in the lead. But I'm going to go with blue states.
Yeah, because blue. The Democrats, they care about the environment, so that makes sense.
Because they're out west.
Yeah. There's no. It's red. It's like the reddest state. Yeah. Hey, it feels like a small victory for me, even though you won the match.
All right. Well, I won, but that one made me feel like a loser. I should have known that.
Don't play. Once you've already got that lead, just say, you know what? I abstain from answering this question.
Okay, we'll see how that goes.
All right. Well, anyway, it looks like we've got a call that's been kind of waiting for a while. Let's see here.
All right, I guess I'll take this one. What the hell? Area code 702, you're on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, it's Vinny V, baby, calling from the most important city in the most important state in the most important country in the world. Say it with me.
No.
Las Vegas, Nevada, baby.
All right. Well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. You know, we're here in the city of sin. I'm just sitting back in my penthouse suite. I'm just watching the news. I'm watching the news. I'm not even watching sports. And I'm just sitting here waiting for the money to roll in, baby.
Really?
Absolutely. You know, I had to call in, you know, because you know me. You know, I'm the man that knows all. You know, I'm a bookie. You know, I don't shy away from the title. I'm a bookie. I'm a betting man. I know all about sports. You know, you want to get the action on football, on baseball, on basketball, on fucking horse racing. I don't care. You call me. You know, you call 1-900-V for Vegas, right?
I don't.
Well, you should. You should. Maybe if you did, you could afford a better microphone over there.
What's wrong with my microphone?
But anyway. Don't even worry about it. What I'm saying though is a lot of people don't realize, but you can bet on the politics too. And I've got a lot of action riding on this presidential race that you people keep talking about. And I just had to call in and chime in because you're getting some things wrong.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, well, for instance, that last segment you just got done with, I bet you thought it was a really good segment. Huh? You had a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, red state versus blue state, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm understanding your premise correctly, you know, you say a story, and I'm supposed to guess, is that a story from a state that voted for the red guys or for the blue guys? Is that right?
Yeah, you got it.
All right. So what happens if it's a story from, I don't know, from Las Vegas? Huh? Or maybe Reno?
Well, I don't think we could include that in this stack because, as you well know... What do you mean?
Exactly. Yeah, you could not include a story from Nevada because Nevada is neither a red state nor a blue state.
Well, that's not exactly true. You have to be one or the other. You just haven't finished counting yet somehow.
Exactly. And since we have not finished counting, let me ask you this. Who's the president? Who won?
We don't know yet, Vinny. I mean, I don't know. Why do you sound so proud of this? You guys are like the shame of the nation. You can't even count the votes.
The shame of the nation. Look, maybe you don't understand how this works, but you know you could still bet on this thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I
keep hearing you people talk about it. I mean, you could get some really good value on a bet for that Donald Trump right now. Maybe you should call up a bookie. I don't know, maybe me. I could place a bet for you. I could get you some really good action on Donald J. Trump to hold on to this thing and win the presidency. What do you say?
You know, Vinny, I don't think I'm going to take you up on that.
Oh, you're more of a Joe Biden kind of a girl, huh? You want to put some money on Biden?
No.
Well, okay. Oh, I see. So you are admitting that it might be somebody else, huh?
No, I'm not admitting that. I'm just saying I don't want to bet on the presidency. I want you guys to finish counting so we all can know who's the president.
Look, we're going to finish counting when we understand, you know, which way we need the wind to go. Well, I mean, let's just say, I mean, if we wanted to be done counting by now, I mean, you know, we can count pretty fast out here.
Right, I mean,
but we don't.
So perplexing.
Well, here's what you have to understand. You know, I'm not the only betting man in Vegas, and there's a lot of money riding on this thing, and we need it to turn out a certain way. And if you ask me, as the king of Las Vegas, I'm kind of thinking we should wait until both Joe Biden and Donald Trump are in fucking jail because we all know they belong there, right?
What the hell are you talking about, Vinny? You can't just wait an indefinite period of time to finish counting the votes. You guys should have been done fucking weeks ago.
Look, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but they're cheaters. They got the dead people are voting. I mean, you were just talking about it. You were talking about it in this show. They got dead people voting. Am I right?
Yeah, the Democrats did that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Republicans, the Trumpers, they're out there. They're trying to take away votes. That's not right, is it? They're taking away a vote.
Yeah, they're trying to take away illegal votes. I don't see what's bad about that.
Hey, that's racist. Okay. You can't call them illegals. You know, Mexicans are people too.
Yeah, I know.
But the point is, look, I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not the only one out here that's done this. You know, back in April, we were able to get 7,000 to 1 odds on this. I guess he's a bit of a dark horse. His name's Werner, something like that. That's Vernon. Here, let me get my ticket. Vermin Supreme. 7,000 to 1 odds. Exactly. I bet $10,000 on Vermin Supreme, and I got 7,000 to 1 odds, baby.
Holy shit, Vinny! That is
absolutely. Now you get it.
I've ever heard of.
Well, no, I don't think you understand. I mean, it doesn't sound like you bet that often. Do you know how much fucking money I'm gonna make when Vermin Supreme is inaugurated as United States president?
Yeah, I know exactly how much you're going to make. 0, because that in order to win that bet, in order to get those odds, your candidate has to actually win. Vermin Supreme has no chance.
No, I don't. I don't think you understand here. I'm not the only one that took this bet. There's me. There's Tony from down the street. There's Greasy Jerry. Half of Vegas bet on Vermin Supreme. And nobody's going to finish counting those fucking votes until we can find a way for Vermin Supreme to win this election.
Oh my God.
And then we're going to be billionaires, baby.
Vinny!
What's that?
I don't even have the words. That's the worst thing I've ever heard. You can't just hold up the election because you placed a stupid bet on a third-party candidate who he's not even affiliated with the Green Party. He's like his own weird thing. Like, you should have never placed that bet. It was stupid.
Hey, I mean, he's legitimate. I mean, they wouldn't have put him. They wouldn't have put him on the board if he didn't have a chance. I mean, you're telling me you're probably one of these people that think that they shouldn't even play a football in Cleveland. You know, hey, the Browns, they can never get to a Super Bowl. They can never. You know, that's why they play the fucking game. And every year, there's a lot of people that put a lot of money on the Cleveland Browns to win the Super Bowl. Guess how many times they've been?
1?
They've never been to a Super Bowl. But one day, they will be. Just like next year, January 20th, Vermin Supreme is going to take over Washington, baby. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Give me my money. 10 grand into 70 million. It's only in Vegas, baby.
You know what, Vinny? We're going to finish counting those votes and be ready.
Hey, we'll get around to it. Anyway, hey, Charlie, give me another drink over here.
What the hell?
Yeah, we're toasting the vermin, baby.
Vinny!
Hey, Tony, you know what I'm talking about. This Vermin Supreme.
That Vinny, man, I don't even know what to say about that. He is, he's got a lot going on. I'm not so sure about what did that sound shady to you?
I mean, it sounded shady, but it also sounded really stupid. Like, I mean, I don't care who you are. You really think that you can hold up a national election and somehow cash in millions of dollars voting for a crazy man with a boot on his head?
You know, something tells me he was just making that whole thing up. I don't think him and Greasy Jim or whoever it was, he meant to really have that much political sway, so.
Hey, he does say he's the king of Vegas, right?
Yeah. Look, we were trying to give everyone a break from the election stories, all right? But since Vinny brought it up, I guess it wouldn't be too bad to cover just a few, right?
Why not? I mean, as long as they're funny.
Oh, I've got a funny one.
All right.
Now, the idea that liberals were brought to tears when the media proclaimed Joe Biden won the election really isn't too far-fetched. I mean, they are the same people who have about as much emotional control as a preteen on her first period. But this one really was special. It takes the cake, for sure.
I mean, these are people that burn their own cities to the ground whenever they get slightly offended. So, I mean, nothing that they're going to do with their emotions is going to surprise me. In fact, I already think I know what you're going to talk about. Is this about that jackass on CNN? He was, like, weeping on air. Van Jones.
You know, I could cover him, but really that's not that surprising. One person who you wouldn't expect to have been moved to tears is The Rock.
Wait. The Rock?
The Rock.
Like can you smell like that Rock? Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Yeah, that Rock. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crying.
Oh yeah, the big, strong wrestler turned movie star.
Very disappointing.
I mean, I know. I knew you'd be shocked by this one. And I mean, look, it's not like we didn't know we were guaranteed liberal tears no matter which way the election went, but I mean, this one is just really out of left field for the left.
I mean, I didn't even know he was a liberal. He doesn't really strike me as one, but I mean, I'm just going to say this.
Into Hollywood, are you sure about that?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you spend enough time out there. If you want to make another movie, you have to be. But you don't have to break down into tears over fucking Joe Biden. Like, come on, Dwayne. Like, I mean, you don't see Steve Austin shedding a tear. You know, that's the only man in America who's actually hit a finishing move on Donald Trump. So, I mean, if anybody...
God, could you imagine someone trying to, like, body slam Joe Biden?
Oh, yeah, I dream about that every day.
Oh, my God. He's so frail. I mean, I know he's always threatening to fight constituents at town halls and everything, but the man's like 80 years old and he looks like he's about to, keel over at any time.
If Mae Young can go through a table, like Joe Biden can take a bump,
Are we talking about Hunter again?
Heyo. Anyway, since we're talking about these Biden fanatics, let's just move on. It's barely been a week. It's barely been a week since this guy's become the self-proclaimed president-elect, and those who voted for him are already getting a harsh dose of reality. On the radical spectrum of the Biden base, you've got the Black Lives Matter agitators who are already angry that they aren't getting a bigger say in his agenda.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're a terrorist organization, I mean, you should definitely have a place in the cabinet on the new president's, regime here. But, I mean, honestly, that one's kind of on them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's... Did they not know who they were voting for? Like, this is Joe Biden. He's been talking for decades about how he wants to keep the black people down. And now they're thinking that, I mean, it's like expecting Pol Pot to open up a Lens Crafters, but I'm not exactly going to, shed a tear for the BLM idiots. What I thought was way more interesting was watching the moderate Biden voters find out the hard way that placating the mob doesn't mean that the mob's going to leave you alone.
Talking.
There was my favorite. There was actually a lot of this in the days between election day and when this guy proclaimed himself the winner. But my favorite was this one homeowner. This was somewhere in Oregon. I think it was somewhere in Portland. This guy was chased off of his front porch. He was robbed. There was like a big mob of these mostly peaceful activists. They were just rampaging through his neighborhood on election night. And he comes out of his house, and he's just pleading with them. He's pointing at the fact that he's got a Biden-Harris sign on his front yard. He's like, I'm on your side. Why are you doing this to me? And they respond by calling him, and I quote, a motherfucking white-ass privileged old man stealing his cell phone and trying to kick his ass.
My God. I mean, there's going to be a lot of wake-up calls like this in the coming months and possibly years. And I mean, to be fair, this guy probably thought he deserved it. I mean, maybe now we know why these people vote for tax hikes and wealth distribution.
Right. Like, they've just got that liberal guilt, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that they don't literally sacrifice themselves. Like, you know, like go down to the to the Black Lives Matter Plaza or whatever they call it in DC and just throw themselves off a rooftop, like that scene from Midsommar.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, you have to make sure you draw up your will first, though. Like, make sure you leave all of your money and assets to, like, underprivileged youths or something.
No, just give it to BLM. I'm sure it'll get to the right people. They'll distribute it for you.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Well, thanks for that image.
Yeah.
Everybody needed to think about that scene again, so thanks.
Yeah.
Anyways. Since you brought up the Portland radical crowd, one prominent Portland politician who has repeatedly vowed to defund the police made herself a laughingstock last week when she, you guessed it, called the police.
Well, I mean, that's funny. I like the irony, but I mean, it could be like, you know, maybe give her the benefit of the doubt. You know, like, we talk about people waking up. We talk about people, like, you know, getting a dose of reality. Maybe she came across like a real emergency situation, and in the face of actual danger, she understands that she was being a dumbass in the first place. And now she's like, oh, law enforcement does have a place in civil society. I need the police. Somebody's trying to rob my house or something, you know?
Well, that would be nice, for sure, but that's not at all what happened. So, hard-left city commissioner Joanne Hardesty actually called the cops because her Lyft driver wouldn't roll his window up. So
she called the police to get him to roll up his window?
Yes, you know, the police who she's been trying to put out of a job all year.
I mean, he probably had it down because she smelled like she looks.
Oh my God.
I mean, she looks like she smells like a fucking pound of patchouli. I mean, it's almost like these people have a complete lack of self-awareness. Like, I mean, shouldn't she have been worried she's been spending, like you said, the whole year trying to defund the police. She talks about them as if they're all like white supremacists or whatever the latest the latest phrasing on it is. Like, I mean, she's a black woman. Did she not think that if she called these evil white supremacists, they were just going to show up and shoot her on sight? I'm starting to think that they don't believe their own rhetoric here, you know?
I'm starting to think that they just want somebody that they can tattle to. And if they don't feel like they can tattle to the police, then they're going to want, you know, some like overlords in government that they can tattle to instead. Jeez. Like, that's literally what it feels like. They just want to have, you know, they're just a bunch of tattletales, and they want people who are going to take their side when they tattle on people they don't agree with.
Snitches get stitches. Like, don't you listen to rap?
Seriously.
and I mean, over a window. I mean, can you imagine, like, if the Lyft driver didn't have, like, a charger cable for her iPhone? What would she have done then?
Then it would have been anarchy. She would have taken the law into her own hands.
Anyway, speaking of hypocrisy, in our last story of the evening, we go once again to the non-existent office of the president-elect, where basement Joe Biden has been piecing together his plans for a future administration.
Oh, right. Joe Biden has been putting these plans together.
Yeah,
right.
I'm sure it's him. I'll admit, I'm pretty sure that the Dr. Ding Dong and the Very Helpful was just a little bit of a parody, but this isn't. So supposedly he's got a COVID-19 transition team, and on this team he's got some medical ethicist named Ezekiel Emanuel. Now, this is news because this so-called medical ethicist has gone on record to say that he thinks life is not worth living after the age of 75, and that there's a need to ration health care for the elderly.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be a real comfort for seniors, right? Because the average age of coronavirus deaths is over 75 years old.
Wow. So that's, I mean, one, bone-chillingly scary. I mean, these are people who, literally, the conspiracy theorists have been telling us for years, they want to kill us off. They want to depopulate the world. They want to, like, they're literally bringing people into, like, the Oval Office. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, they're not even hiding it.
Putting that aside, okay. Biden is older than 75 years old.
Right.
Does he even remember being 75? Like, it's been a while.
Like, I'm starting to think that Biden didn't have anything to do with bringing this guy on board. I think this is a Kamala Harris hire. I don't think she feels like people should be president past the age of 75.
You might be right.
I mean, this is like getting Fred Phelps and hiring him to be in charge of your, like, HIV commission, I don't even know what these people... Anyway, we're getting another call.
All right, why not? Let's just end the show on a high note rather than a depressing, scary, terrifying note. Area code 405, you're on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Dr. Larry. I'm calling from Oklahoma. You know me. It is nice to meet you.
Dr. Larry, we've already met multiple times. Thank you for calling back in.
Well, I don't know. I got a lot of people that listen to my program. I got a lot of fans out there. Excuse me if I don't remember every single one of them, but I do have to say, for some reason, I've been listening to your show today, and I think that you need an intervention. So that's me calling up so I can, see if I can help clear some things up for you, okay?
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, sure. Why don't you just intervene then?
Oh, all right. So here's what you need to understand and what you need to accept. And that is that Joseph Biden Jr., you might know him. He used to be a senator. He used to be a vice president. This guy from Delaware. You might have heard of him.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm familiar.
Well, he is your president of the United States because he won the election, whether you like it or not. How does that make you feel?
Well, it doesn't make me feel too good, Dr. Larry, because I'm pretty sure he stole it.
Well, here's the thing. Yes, Joe Biden stole the election. And yes, Joe Biden is going to ruin the economy. If you have a job, you might as well kiss it goodbye.
Bye.
He's going to make your life very miserable. But you know what?
What?
No worries.
Oh.
It's okay.
Oh. I feel so much better already.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Because I am officially inducting you into the No Worry Army. And all you have to do, you put a smile on your lips, you put a song in your heart, and you stop worrying about politics, and you stop worrying about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, because at the end of the day, you're gonna die anyway. You ever think about that?
Yeah, I just prefer for it to be like of old age after living a good life, not because I couldn't wait in line any longer for my weekly potato ration.
Well, it doesn't matter, because either way, in 4 years, you can vote again for Joe Biden, because he is revolutionizing America. He's changing the face of this country, and he's making it all better for everybody. So I need you to just relax and stop criticizing the man, okay?
Dr. Larry, I'm all for not letting politics ruin your life, but I think you sound pretty out of touch. I mean, it sounds like you understand that Joe Biden winning the election and stealing it is bad for our country, and yet you're expecting me to be happy about that outcome? That doesn't sound right.
No, see, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if you're happy, because you are not significant enough to change anything.
Thank you.
Do you know how many people voted?
You know, I'm sure it was in the millions.
About 150 million people voted.
Great. So if it
So
doesn't
your vote
matter
did
if I'm
not
happy
matter.
and I'm so insignificant, then really it doesn't matter if I join your stupid no worries army or not, does it?
Well, it does. It does. Because if you don't join the No Worry Army, I'm worried that you're going to burst a blood vessel on this show, getting all upset, making all these mean jokes. Am I right?
I'm pretty sure you're not.
Well, that's all right, because I'm prescribing you with a solution today. I'm going to give you the week off. You can relax. You can turn off that CNN. You can turn off that Fox News. You don't have to watch any news anymore, and you can just maybe have a nice glass of wine, maybe listen to It's Okay with Dr. Larry, and just relax. What do you say?
I mean, Dr. Larry, that sounds great and all, but we have a show to run every week, so
No. See, I worked it out. With Jay. I already paid him $200, and you can ask him. I paid him $200, and next week it's gonna be me, Dr. Larry, and I'm gonna host the Moron Show or whatever this thing's called, and you can just relax and not worry about a thing.
You're gonna do what?
All right, problem solved. You can rap. It's a show. You can rap.
Dr. Larry, wait, what is happening?
See all you people next week. I'll see you next week. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday on the Hamin Media channel. And it's going to be me, Dr. Larry.
What was he talking about? That he's going to host our show next week?
Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you. I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up. I don't want to work on Thanksgiving, so I mean, it works out.
It works. He's a lunatic. What do you mean it works
Well,
out?
I mean, it's either that or like do a rerun. Like, do you want to work on Thanksgiving? It's a holiday.
Oh, well, I mean, no, I don't. I want to have the week off.
Yeah,
but...
so Dr. Larry, he's going to cover it for us, and we're getting paid. Like it's a win-win. It's like a sponsorship, basically. Yeah.
I'm still pretty suspicious of his motives, but okay.
I mean,
I'm down for a vacation.
He's great. I mean, he's been doing this for years. He's got his show that he hosts out there in Oklahoma or whatever. He's like a...
Shouldn't we be the ones paying him if he's hosting for us?
Well, I mean, look, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. We get a week off. We get $200. I mean, it works out. So, everybody in the audience, make sure you tune in next week. I'm sure that it's going to be a memorable show. And we've got a world-famous radio psychologist, Dr. Larry, who's going to be on there to answer all your questions, alleviate your fears. So if you've got anything that's been worrying you, if you got any problems that have been, weighing down on your mind, give us a call. 813-906-9099. Leave him a message. Dr. Larry will make it all better.
All right, that sounds like it's a wrap for us this week. Tune in next week for Dr. Larry, and have a happy Thanksgiving, folks.
See you next week.